Folks, the final Season 4 ranked. Whether you're in gold, bronze, silver, whatever rank you are currently, I want to try and help you with this guide to rank up or even just to gain some more consistency when you're playing ranked. Now I'm going to try and make this guide as simple and easy to understand as possible. So in order to make it comprehensive, I'm going to break it down into 3 different sections. So in part 1 we're going to discuss team composition. In part 2 we're going to discuss the game plan and rules that you have to remember. And for part 3 we're going to do a recap, and I'm also going to highlight some really important things that are going to help you when playing. Alright, team composition. The first thing here is get some friends to play with. Whether you know them in real life or not, it doesn't matter. Get some people who you can play consistently with and build some knowledge of each other's abilities. If you're playing ranked and you're not on the same page as the people who are on your team, you're not going to have any consistency and you're not going to get anywhere. Solo queuing and ranked just doesn't work if you want to be consistent. If you're struggling to find people to play with, I'd recommend playing World Tour, or else just playing ranked until you find someone who you think is good, and then add them, and if they add you back, maybe you can start something from there. Alright, now moving on to the compositions. There are 3 team compositions in the finals that are going to be miles clear of all the other teams in Season 4. So the best teams, in my opinion, will all begin with medium medium. So you have triple medium, you have medium medium light, and you have medium medium heavy. Now I said I want to keep this as simple and as comprehensive as possible, so I'm going to ignore all the other teams because I'm telling you right now that 2 mediums is the meta at the moment. All the top ranked teams currently run triple medium. Now if you're not running triple medium and you're running one of the other 2 teams that I've mentioned, you have to have a good reason for doing it. And so we actually use medium medium light. I play light. The reason why I choose light rather than medium is for the gateway ability. With the gateway, I can teleport the cash box from the vault straight to the station, or close to the station at least, in an instant, and this gives us a huge advantage in the first 2 rounds. Getting the deposit bonus is key. I'm going to get to that in part 2, but that's why I choose light, and I make full use of light's kit for objective purposes rather than for fragging out purposes. Alright. If you want the easiest way to rank up, just play triple medium, lose your shame, 3 defibs, at least 2 heal beams, everyone running at least 1 jump pad, some mobility items, a couple of frag grenades. That team is going to be cracked. Maybe use 2 pikes, 1 model, or else the other way around. Even if your team doesn't have the best mechanics or the best aim, you have so many bullshit cheesy items to fall back on that it's just going to be too difficult for other teams to counter. And if you're going to choose heavy, medium, medium, the reason why you would do that is if you're willing to allow the heavy to sit at the forefront of every single attack. Completely grouped up, 2 heal beams, jump pads, zip lines, and let the heavy just frag out. Charge and slam, RPG, whatever he's running. We've seen teams, the top players, run this composition before in Season 3, Season 2, and it was very, very strong. So, once again, that is an option. I wouldn't choose it. I would actually put it as the 3rd option of all the 3 that I've mentioned, but if you want to use that and if you have a good heavy player, it can definitely work, and it definitely is one of the stronger compositions in the game. Alright, now you have an understanding of team composition. We're going to get into the game plan. This is the part that I want to really just simplify and make it as basic as possible, because the amount of people I see who play this game, they just don't get it. They just don't seem to understand when they should go for a vault or when they should steal a station. Your main objective in this game when playing ranked is to get the deposit bonus. In my opinion, your main objective, if a vault is available, if a vault is free, always go for that money rather than going for like a last second steal on a current cash station. So when you spawn in, there's going to be 2 vaults available. Go to the nearest one, obviously, you know that much. Go to the nearest vault with your team, and you're going to most likely encounter another team at this vault. Your main goal here is to get this encounter over with as quickly as possible and get the money to the station. So the way that we do this, we start the fight. I just pop the gateway on and I leave my teammates there and I get out of there and I put the money in. Now maybe you're not running light, maybe you're running triple medium or whatever. So your main thing here is once 2 of the other team are dead, once it's a 3v1 or a 2v1, even a 1v1, they're going to be resin, they're going to be wasting time. They want to win that fight, they want to team wipe you. Once 2 of them are dead, you're free to just go, and that's what we do. We kill 2 and we get out of there. And the reason why I want you to get this station started early is because our goal when playing is to stagger the two stations so that no two stations are going at the exact same time. So when you start your station, hopefully there's going to be like a 30-second difference between yours and the other station across the map. And why this is so good is because when yours is finished, all the other teams are going to look at cash out B and they're going to say, oh, there's still time to steal that one. But your team is not going to be saying that, because no, you watch this video and you know that's the wrong idea. What you want to do is go for the new vault. Never go for the late steal, always go for the new vault and be proactive. Now you can go to this other vault, and since all the other people in the game are stupid, you can just take this vault and take it to the new station early, get the deposit bonus, and now you started a cycle, and you can do it again and again, and this will get you through the first 2 rounds with ease. Now as you climb the ranks, this will get more difficult because other teams will be thinking this way as well, but the same rule applies. Get the fight over with at the vault as quickly as possible and get the station started as quickly as possible, so that you can always be attacking a new vault rather than trying to steal an old station. Now let's say you apply this and you do it for round 1, you do it for round 2. Now you're into the final round. I want you to completely throw this out the window and forget everything I taught you, because none of this will help you in the final round. In the final round, there are 2 situations that you're going to be in. You're either going to be attacking or defending the objective. Obviously you have to start the game, and at the start of the game I would recommend either wiping the other team or getting wiped. Just get that fight over with and let the cash box start. Whether you're attacking or defending the objective, there are a couple of tips I can give you. There's not much, because the final round does come down to mechanical skill and team cohesion, but there are a couple of little tricks. So first of all, when I play light, I set up a gateway on or just beside the cash box when we're defending it, so I can run away, I can distract the team, and if one of them tries to go for a steal, I can pop the gateway down and teleport in there and get a pick, and that will get me 1 kill, and it will stop them from trying to steal it. This has turned 3v1 into 2v1, and we've won so many games just because of this trick. Another way you can do it if you're not playing light is to use dematerializer and remove the floor underneath the box to knock it down. This is another way to throw them off and to stop them from getting a steal. These are little tips that you just have to know, and you just have to use them and time them well. It's all about timing. You can't just dematerialize the floor with 3 people above you. You have to know where all of them are. When you're attacking the station, the way that we like to do it is we try and trade damage as soon as possible. So as soon as one of them is really weak, or as soon as we get a pick and they have to defib, that's when we rush in. Other than that, there's not much to say. Stay together, I guess. If you're playing heavy, medium, medium, use that RPG. Once you get a land, rush in there. If you're playing triple medium, it also just comes down to getting a pick. And if you're playing medium, medium, light, once again, get the first pick and rush. When you're attacking the objective, there's not many things you can do. You can obviously dematerialize the floor underneath to try and get a steal, but once again, it really just comes down to making an advance before the fight starts. And folks, to finally finish this video off, part 3, I'm going to do a small bit of a recap and also just give you some really important tips that if you don't remember anything else, just remember this. Alright, the best team in the game is triple medium. You can also run medium, medium light or medium, medium heavy. When you're playing round 1 or round 2, your objective is to finish fights as quickly as possible and move the money as quickly as possible. Stagger the stations and always go for the next vault available. If you're in clear first place, if you know that you're going to get through to the next round, you can try and help the worst team in the lobby to get through, so that you don't have difficult opponents in the next round or in the final round. The way that you can do this is just kill everyone else and let them steal it, and communicate with your team. Tell your teammates, let's let pink team steal it because they're not very good and we want to play them in the final round. This is also a very important thing that you can do to help you win the final round. If you're playing medium, use the model or the pike. If you're playing light, you can use any of the guns because they're all pretty good. If you're playing heavy, M60 Lewis gun, SA12. Those are the guns I'd recommend. They're all very strong. Another tip for lights is you don't need the stun gun in the first 2 rounds. I use sonar grenade instead because it gives us such an advantage when we're attacking a point or when we're trying to defend the point that multiple teams are coming to. You don't need the stun gun until the final round, in my opinion. If you're playing heavy, just use charge and slam. I don't know why you wouldn't just use charge and slam. It's a kill button. You can do 300 damage in like 2 seconds. I'd highly recommend using charge and slam. If you're in bronze or silver or even gold and you want to find some really good teammates, your best option is probably to play World Tour to find the teammates, because you're getting matched up with people who are also bronze and silver, and they might be difficult to change their perspective on how to play the game. So World Tour is a good place to find teammates, in my opinion. And if you want the best tips and knowledge, and even just want to enjoy some really good gameplay, I'd recommend subscribing to elhomo on YouTube. That guy is a little bit inconsistent with his uploads, but his videos have good intent and he really respects his audience. Thanks very much for watching, folks. See you next time.